bombarding the court with 10,000 documents. It's one page, man. I put it like in 20-something font to make it fill up the page because it looks so ridiculous how tiny it is. So you're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's kind of different. It's like, yeah, that's all I claim. I make a claim. I claim I found gold. I found it over here. Anybody else wants to make the claim that my claim is a false claim, let me know and I'll share the claim. Or I'll give it up and I'll give it to you. Maybe you are the rightful possessor of this gold. Maybe I am in the wrong. Maybe we could share. Whatever. Simple claims. I believe you did me wrong. And that's why I say to people, you finish it on the administrative side. You like what I'm doing with this man in Indiana with the IRS. And it's driving them effing nuts. And this man's afraid in Indiana that they're not going to let us finish the administrative process, that they're going to just run his ass straight into the courthouse. And they say, look, before this guy can finish up anything else on the administrative side, man, we're going to have to slam this guy down because he's asking us questions. And we have to answer his questions. We're the one who's the plaintiff. We have to say, tell him what is the nature of his wrong. Okay, that's the nature. Now, define what the wrong is. Can you please explain in detail what I did wrong? And right now, I guarantee you, they cannot say wrong. Because this is what I said to this man. He keeps saying to me all the time, crime. I said, what word is crime? It's some sort of legalese, gobbledygook word. There's no such thing. It's like you either did wrong or you didn't do wrong. Wrong is the worst thing you could say to somebody in a court. You say to the judge, Judge, I believe you're committing a crime. He'll be like, eh. You say to the judge, hey, you know what? You're doing wrong. That judge is going to explode. That's the worst thing you can say because there's no excuse for doing something wrong. Because you know what the right thing is to do. And to do a wrong means you know what is right. And you're disregarding the fact that you know the difference between right and wrong. And you choose to do wrong. So all I keep saying to them is like, and I say, who's claiming I committed a crime? No. Who say I do wrong? There you go. It sounds like retarded. Who say I do wrong? It's like, well, that doesn't even sound like no, well, it's present tense. Who's making a claim right now, today, this moment, at this time? Not in the past, right now. You say I do wrong? Yes or no? So see, that's what I'm trying to say, man. I make things really simple for the people. And then if they say, yes, we claim that you do wrong, okay, which of the you? I, the man, am doing wrong, or I, the taxpayer, or I, the person who filed that 1040 form? Who are you claiming did the wrong? The tax filer or the man? And there you go. I'm trying to show him we're going to separate the two. We're going to separate him as the tax filer or him as the man. Which one does the IRS, the United States of America, want to go after? Because he is a man, he's like the bondsman. He is holding the bond for the defendant. Or like you are like the chattel. You're holding the liability of your child. Your child throws the rock through the windows. Obviously, they're going to come to you. Just like back in you watch the I Love Lucy shows, Lucy Ricardo did something wrong. They always went after Ricky because Ricky was the one liable. And Ricky would go freaking nuts. He's like, not again. I got to bail you out again. Lucy, when are you going to stop your nonsense? This is costing me big bucks. Wasting my time. Can you just cut your crap? And that's the same thing when you say the word you. You got to, if you don't want to be joined, separate yourselves, man, because you got a common law country where you can say, woof, you want anything from me, the man, you let me know. But as the defendant, you know what? I'm sorry what my defendant did to you. I'm sorry what my I Love Lucy lady did to you. But you know what? Honestly, I'm not liable. You want her, you go after her. But I, as the man, you better leave me alone. Or make a claim that I, the man, actually did a wrong to another man. Well, then I'll compensate. I'll be more than glad to settle the matter. I'll be more than glad to write out a paycheck, write out a check right now to anybody who's claiming I did wrong. Please state your claim. And the government can't make a claim, especially against a man. That's ridiculous. That's why my stuff is so simple, because I could only deal with like credit cards, mortgage companies, governments. I can't deal with another man on man. None of my nonsense works when it's a man on another man. You do another man wrong, figure out a way to pay him back. Some husband and wife called me up and they said, my son's in jail. I said, did you do somebody wrong? He's like, what? Did he hurt somebody? Yeah. I said, well, then I hope he sits in jail and rots. I said, because if you folks as parents don't know the law of this land, I'm not going to explain it to you. All he basically had to do was beg for forgiveness and say that he was sorry. But if his parents didn't even know that, he certainly doesn't know, and he belongs in jail because he'll come out thinking that he could just run around, hurt people, say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I raped you. Oh, I'm sorry. No, forget that, man. People like that need to sit in jail and get the hell away from the rest of society." But all I do has to do with any kind of anything other than a self-governing entity, like I'm a self-governing entity, or like a corporation other than flesh and, like a man. Man, I'm a corporation. I'm embodied, because my mom and dad joined together in intercourse and commerce, and commerce and intercourse is basically the same word. And I'm the product of my mother and father. Am I a corporation? Yes, I'm whole and complete. So, like I said, if you want to play cute with the words, sure, we can go all day and play cute with the words, but that's why I make my stuff short and sweet. Did I do wrong? Yes or no? Well, no, I didn't do wrong, but you did wrong. Oh, so you're trying to join me with that fictional entity. Is that what you're trying to do? The tax file, is that what you're trying to get joined over me, Judge, because I, a man? Did I do wrong? Yes or no? And Judge will say, well, absolutely not. You're damn right I didn't. I'm telling you, when you guys wake up and you see this stuff, you'll say, no, I see why Carl's laughing all the time, why the judges laugh at us all the time, too. They say you better go get an attorney, Sonny, before you go get yourself hurt. And you guys got beautiful paperwork, you know all this shit inside and out, and the judge just gets you on a simple word like you. And you're like, that bastard, that psychopath, he's evil. No, he's not. He's like you're dealing with your mom or your dad when you were a little kid, when you're 3, 4 years old. He's already got jurisdiction and control over you. Either he wants to hear your bullshit or he doesn't want to hear your bullshit today. It's like, you know what, well, how come he let that lady go and that's when he didn't? Well, he's like your mom and dad. Mom had kids that she liked, and she knew that you were going to be a pain in the ass, so she came down harder on you than she came down on the other kids. How do you get jurisdiction on me? He just asked you. Is this you? Is you Bob? Are you Susie? And you said, yeah. I said, well, there you go. I got jurisdiction over you. Now I'm going to either want to hear your nonsense or not hear your nonsense.